Sunday morning, 1954. A woman in Omaha steps sideways in front of a $4 mirror on the back of her bedroom door. She checks the line from shoulder to hip to knee, tugs the belt, pulls her shoulders back one last time. She weighs 155 pounds. She looks 140. No diet did that. No exercise class. 12 physical disciplines she practiced every single morning did that. Her daughter never learned a single one. They were never written down. They were shown. And then the women who showed them were gone. Number 12, the girdle. And not for the reason you think. The girdle was not primarily about squeezing yourself smaller. It was a posture brace. It physically prevented slouching by holding the lower back and abdomen rigid. The Playtex Living Girdle cost $3.95 at Sears in 1956. It was made of latex rubber. It had a particular smell, something like a new rain boot mixed with talcum powder. Women dusted themselves with baby powder just to pull it on. The Sears Charm Mode line ran $2.98 for the budget version. Once that girdle was on, you could not round your spine if you tried. Your torso became a column. Every woman from your grandmother to the girl behind the Woolworth's lunch counter wore one. It was not vanity, it was architecture. Your mother put on her girdle the way a carpenter picks up a level, because the work does not hold without it. Number 11, the book on the head. Walking with a hardcover book balanced on the crown of your head was standard curriculum. Every home economics class and charm school in the country taught it through the 1950s. A Webster's Dictionary, a McCall's Cookbook, something with real weight. The Barbizon School of Modeling charged substantial tuition for its full charm and modeling courses. Meanwhile, many public high schools across America offered similar posture and deportment lessons for free within their home economics or physical education curricula. If the book fell, you started over. It trained the neck long, it trained the chin level, it trained the spine straight from skull to tailbone. No gadget, no equipment, just gravity and a book. A whole generation of women learned to carry themselves before they learned to type. That sequence said something about what mattered. Number 10, the stomach hold. Women were trained from girlhood to hold their stomach muscles pulled in at all times, not sucking in a sustained low-level contraction that became unconscious habit. Mothers taught it at the kitchen table the same way they taught please and thank you. Hold your stomach. Ladies' Home Journal ran columns on it. Good Housekeeping printed diagrams showing the difference between a relaxed abdomen and a held one. The trick was breathing into the ribs, not the belly. You could carry groceries, hang laundry, walk a mile to church, all with your core quietly engaged. No gym membership, no personal trainer, just a sentence your mother repeated until it became reflex. Today, the average gym membership runs over $50 a month. This cost nothing. It was invisible. And it worked better than anything sold in a bottle since. Number 9, the Duchess slant. Knees pressed together, both legs angled to one side, ankles crossed. This was the only acceptable way for a woman to sit in a skirt in polite company. Think about where this happened. Church pews on Sunday morning, PTA meetings on folding chairs, the front seat of a Chevrolet Bel Air on the way to a dinner party. You sat down, swept your skirt beneath you with one hand, pressed your knees together, and angled both legs to the left or right. Decades later, the media would popularize this exact posture as the Duchess slant. Ankles crossed, never apart, hands folded in the lap. The position pulled the thighs into a single tapered line. It added no width to the hips. From across the room, it took 5 years off your silhouette. It was not restriction, it was control. And in that era, control was the only power most women had. So they made it look effortless. Number 8, the structured bra. The bullet bra and the long line bra did not just support. They projected the bust forward and lifted the rib cage. They physically pulled the shoulders back and created an upright carriage. Maiden Form ran their famous I Dreamed campaign from 1949 straight through the 60s. The exquisite form, number 665, was cone-stitched cotton, about $2.50. It was in every JCPenney catalog in the country. The long-line version extended down to the waist with boning at the sides. Warner's Merry Widow launched in 1952, named after the famous operetta and popularized heavily on screen and in print. It combined bra, waist cincher, and garter belt in a single piece. You did not just put on a bra, you put on a posture. The garment did the remembering for you. It held you upright even when you were tired, even when the day had been long, even when nobody was watching. Number 7, the heel-toe walk. Women were taught a specific gait. Heel strikes first, toe rolls forward, weight transfers in a straight line. Not a strut, a controlled, smooth, narrow track walk. Kitten heels, 1.5 inch on department store terrazzo. The sound was a clean click, evenly spaced, no shuffling. Charm school instructors at John Robert Powers had students walk a painted line on the floor, one foot directly in front of the other, like a tightrope. This narrowed the hips in motion. It created a fluid, almost gliding movement. You heard a woman before you saw her, and when you saw her, she looked 10 pounds lighter than she was, because nothing was bouncing, swaying, or shifting off center. That walk said everything without speaking. It said, I know exactly where I'm going. Now let me stop the count for a moment. Here is what none of this was called at the time. It was not called body positivity. It was not called self-care. It was not any phrase that needs a hashtag to survive. It was just called carrying yourself well. It was taught the same way you learn to shake hands or set a table. As a basic human skill, not a luxury, not a trend, a skill. Somewhere along the way, the word discipline became something women were told to resist instead of something they could own. But the women who practiced these things every morning were not performing for anyone. They were choosing how they showed up in the world. There is a difference. Number 6, the cinch belt. A wide belt, 2 to 4 inches, buckled at the narrowest point of the waist. It physically compressed the midsection and created an hourglass over any dress. Elastic cinch belts ran $1.49 to $2.98 in the Sears catalog. Patent leather, fabric covered, or simple elastic with a metal clasp, worn over shirtwaist dresses, over cardigans, even over house dresses. The trick was placement, not at the navel, but 2 inches above it, at the true waist, right where the ribs end. This shortened the torso visually and lengthened the leg line. It created a waist even on a straight, figured woman. The snap of that metal clasp biting into elastic was the sound of getting dressed for somewhere that mattered. $1.49. That is what it cost to change your entire shape. No prescription, no membership, a belt and a mirror. Number 5, the slip. The full slip worn between girdle and dress smoothed every line. It eliminated cling and created a single unbroken drape from shoulder to knee. Nylon tricot or rayon satin, Vanity Fair and Barbizon were the name brands, $2.98 to $5.95 at any department store counter. The fabric was cool against the skin, slippery enough that the outer dress hung from the body without grabbing anything underneath. No panty line, no bra strap ridge, no girdle edge showing through. A woman could be wearing 4 separate garments beneath her dress, and the dress looked like it was floating on air. That was the craft. The slip was the secret between a woman and her mirror. Nobody knew it was there. That was exactly the point. Number 4, the shoulder blade squeeze. Pull the shoulder blades together and slightly down. That was it. A quick physical reset that opened the chest, lengthened the neck, and flattened the upper back. Mothers said it different ways. Pretend there is a pencil between your shoulder blades and squeeze it. Or simply, show me your collarbone. Some women did this every time they walked through a doorway, a silent cue, a built-in trigger. No equipment, no mirror. The effect was instant. The bust lifted, the belly flattened. The chin came forward into alignment. McCall's magazine in 1954 called it the 2-second trick that changes your whole line. 2 seconds, a doorway, a habit handed down from a mother who never read a fitness magazine in her life. That was the whole system. Number 3, the chin parallel to the floor. Never tipped up, that looked arrogant. Never dropped down, that looked defeated. Level, always level. Charm school instructors used a simple test. Look straight ahead at a point on the far wall at your exact eye height. If you can see the ceiling, your chin is too high. If you can see the floor, it is too low. The parallel chin elongated the neck by a full inch visually. It erased the appearance of a double chin without losing a single pound. Look at photographs from the era, church directories, high school portraits, department store catalogs. The chin line is level in nearly every single one. That was not accidental, that was trained. A level chin said something that words never could. I am not looking up to anyone, and I am not looking down. Number 2, the princess seam. Dresses in the 1950s were constructed with internal architecture. Princess seams, darted bodices, boned waistlines, interface fabrics. They sculpted the silhouette independent of the body underneath. A Simplicity or McCall's dress pattern cost 35 cents. It came with 8 to 12 individual pieces, each one shaped to a curve. Princess seams ran from shoulder to hem without a single horizontal waist seam. They created a continuous vertical line that slimmed by sheer geometry. Darts at the bust and waist took in fabric at precise angles. Many women sewed their own. The Singer sewing machine ran the house after dinner. You could hear the rhythmic thump of the foot pedal from the next room. A dress made from 79 cents a yard cotton, sewn at the kitchen table, could make a woman look like she walked out of a fitting room on Fifth Avenue. Because the engineering was in the seams, not in the price tag. Today, fewer than 5% of Americans can sew a garment from a pattern. That sewing machine was not a hobby, it was the most powerful tool in the house. A woman who could sew could decide what she looked like, and she answered to nobody. Number 1, the mirror. A full-length door mirror from Sears, $4.95, hung with 2 screws on the back of a bedroom door. The glass was not perfect, sometimes slightly warped at the edges. The light was whatever the bedroom had. A ceiling fixture, maybe a window with the curtains pulled back. She stood straight, turned to the side, checked the line from shoulder to hip to knee, smoothed the slip, tugged the belt, squeezed her shoulder blades one last time. The whole inspection took less than 30 seconds. But it was every single day. It was the last thing before the front door opened. It was the moment where every discipline on this list became one deliberate shape. And she decided that shape was ready. She was not looking for perfection, she was looking for alignment between how she felt inside and how the world would see her walk through that door. That $4 mirror was not about authorship. Every morning she wrote her own silhouette with nothing but practice and a little glass on 2 screws. And she did not need anyone's permission to do it. And if you want more forgotten wisdom from the generations who came before us, the next video is waiting for you right now.